Today was a very dramatic day for the government of the United States. The president's former lawyer and fixer, Michael Cohen, testified today on television before the House Oversight Committee. And it was... Really? You just love television or you like the House Oversight Committee? It was a historic hearing. Right from the beginning, Michael Cohen delivered an opening statement that somehow managed to mention both the Holocaust and a porn star. And we were off to the races from there. Michael Cohen, who worked with the president for 10 years, called his former boss a racist, a con man, and a cheat, but said he served him because being around Trump was intoxicating. But not in a bottle of wine kind of, more of a cocktails with Cosby type of thing. And Cohen also officially confirmed the identity of the mysterious person known in his plea deal as Individual One.
Last fall, I pled guilty in federal court to felonies for the benefit of, at the direction of, and in coordination with individual number one. And for the record, individual number one is President Donald J. Trump.
Well, you know, the thing is, he hears number one. He can't help but get excited. It's The Republicans were relentless in their blind defense of the president. Their strategy today seemed to be, we don't believe this liar. We believe the other liar, okay? As if being a liar wasn't the main reason Trump hired Michael Cohen. The job interview went something like this. Will you lie for me, Michael? Yes, Mr. President. Welcome aboard. But I have to say, seriously, and this is... I watched the whole thing. It really is disturbing to me that these Republicans in the House, not all of them, in fact, one of them, a guy named Justin Amash from Michigan, seemed to be reasonable, but the vast majority of them seem to have no interest whatsoever in learning whether or not the president committed a crime. Almost none of their questions were even about Donald Trump. They didn't pretend they cared. See, if I was president and I was accused of something I swore I didn't do, I would want a full investigation. I would want them to ask real questions. But instead, they were behaving like they had this image of Trump raging around his hotel room in his underpants, watching them on TV. So they had to make a stand. Nixon must be so jealous of these guys, really. He didn't get that. But it was quite a show of outrage and bluster. I tell you, I haven't seen acting from Republicans like this since Arnold Schwarzenegger in Jingle All the Way.
How can we believe anything you say? The answer is we can't.
You lie on your taxes, you lie to banks, and you have been convicted of lying to Congress.
I've arrested several thousand men, and you remind me of many of them.
A convicted liar, lying to Congress, a criminal.
He's going to prison for lying to Congress.
You lied to banks.
It's a shameful mockery.
There's not much that you won't lie about.
You're about to go to prison for lying.
A narcissist, a bully.
A convicted liar.
Was it exhausting keeping track of all the lies that you were telling all these people?
Tax evader, bank swindler, and all-around liar.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
That's right. He said liar, liar, pants on fire. So this was Donald Trump's right-hand man for 10 years. This guy was so loyal to Donald Trump. He took out a loan on his house to pay off a porn star he didn't even get to have sex with. Imagine refinancing your mortgage so your boss can sexually disappoint someone for 2 minutes in a golf tournament, okay? It's only the best people. So Michael Cohen dropped a number of bombshells and a few McNuggets, too. He said the president is currently under investigation by federal prosecutors in New York for crimes we don't even know about yet. He said that as far as he knows, there's no Russian hooker tape or no tape of Donald hitting Melania in an elevator. He said those rumors are false. He said he fears that if Trump loses in 2020, there may not be a peaceful transfer of power. I guess, I don't know, like the president will just hide in the Lincoln bedroom under a bucket of chicken. I don't know. He said Trump doesn't have email and he doesn't text, which might explain why he tweets so much. Will someone get this guy email and teach him to text? He said that during the campaign, he listened in on Roger Stone on the speakerphone, telling Trump he was in contact with WikiLeaks about the emails that were hacked from the DNC, which is big league because Trump told the New York Times he never talked to Stone about WikiLeaks. Cohen also brought evidence that contradicts Trump's claim that he wasn't personally involved in covering his relationship with Stormy Daniels. He brought a reimbursement check from Donald Trump.
I am providing a copy of a $35,000 check that President Trump personally signed from his personal bank account on August 1st of 2017, when he was President of the United States, pursuant to the cover-up, which was the basis of my guilty plea, to reimburse me, the word used by Mr. Trump's TV lawyer, for the illegal hush money I paid on his behalf.
And by the way, look at that signature again. He signs his name like, it's like he's trying to scrape stucco off the side of a house or something. But if that check was hush money reimbursement, it's proof of a very serious campaign finance violation. This is interesting, too. Not only did Trump ask Michael Cohen to cover up his bad deeds, he also asked him to cover his bad grades.
When I say con man, I'm talking about a man who declares himself brilliant, but directed me to threaten his high school, his colleges, and the college board to never release his grades or SAT scores.
Don't anyone panic, but he's talking about the guy negotiating a nuclear arms agreement right now. Our president is a 72-year-old man who still worries about his SAT scores. The president's son, Don Jr., a.k.a. DJ TJ, got a shout-out during the hearing. This is one of my favorite moments of the day, and also maybe the least surprising moment of the day.
Mr. Trump had frequently told me and others that his son, Don Jr., had the worst judgment of anyone in the world.
So you see, there are things we can agree on both sides of the aisle. This was a lively exchange. This is courtesy Congressman Jim Jordan, this guy's head is so far up Donald Trump's ass, it's a miracle his hair plugs weren't plucked out. Apropos of nothing, Jordan brought up a Twitter account that these guys opened called Women for Cohen, which gave rise to this nonsensical moment.
You created the fake Twitter account, Women for Cohen, and paid a firm to post tweets like this one. In a world of lies, deception, and fraud, we appreciate this honest guy, at Michael Cohen, hashtag TGIF, hashtag handsome, hashtag sexy. Was that done to protect the president?
Mr. Jordan, I didn't actually set that up. It was done by a young lady that worked for Red Finch. And during the course of the campaign, which you would know gets somewhat crazy and wild, we were having fun. That's what it was, sir. We were having fun.
We're just crazy and wild people. I don't know. I wish I could have fun. Guillermo, go start a Twitter account.
Sure.
Make sure you use hashtag sexy and hashtag TGIF, okay?
All right, sure.
All right, very good. Oh, congratulations are also in order for the chairman of the Oversight Committee, Elijah Cummings, for inadvertently providing us with the unintentional joke of the day.
Every one of us in this room has a duty.
Well, you know, those things do go on for a while, but shame on all of us. This was interesting. Michael Cohen said back in 2013 there was an art auction at which the president directed him to use money from the Trump Foundation, their charity, to secretly pay a bidder at the art auction to make sure his portrait, that portrait of Donald Trump, there were a bunch being sold. Trump wanted to make sure his got the highest price of all of them. And then, after he secretly bought his own portrait with money from the charity, he tweeted, just found out that at a charity auction of celebrity portraits in East Hampton, my portrait by artist William Quigley topped list at $60K. Yeah, because you paid the $60K. He lies for no reason. Who cares? Who cares which portrait at an art auction in East Hampton sold for the most? It's not like he painted it in some sort of competition with other... Cohen also went after Trump's Achilles heel, which is, of course, the bone spurs, that terrible bone spurs that prevented him from serving, no doubt, bravely in Vietnam.
Mr. Trump claimed it was because of a bone spur. But when I asked for medical records, he gave me none and said that there was no surgery. He told me not to answer the specific questions by reporters, but rather offer simply the fact that he received a medical deferment. He finished the conversation with the following comment. You think I'm stupid? I'm not going to Vietnam. And I find it ironic, Mr. President, that you are in Vietnam right now.
I wish I could have been in Vietnam to watch that with him. The president is in Vietnam. He's having a summit with Kim Jong Un, and well, you can see there they are, the world's two most famous victims of supercuts. Look how nervous. Kim Jong Un looks nervous. Kim Jong Un looks like he showed up for a Tinder date, and the guy doesn't look anything like his profile picture. So Trump and Kim Jong Un had a private chat for about 30 minutes. They had a 4-course dinner and an exceptionally awkward handshake. Look at this. Watch this here. There we go. That's right. He calls that one the slice. That's the... The president did take a break from the summit to tweet and then retweet. Michael Cohen was one of many lawyers who represented me, unfortunately. He had other clients also. Yeah, he had 2 other clients. One of them was Sean Hannity. He wrote, he was just disbarred by the state Supreme Court for lying and fraud. He did bad things unrelated to Trump. He is lying in order to reduce his prison time using Crooked's lawyer. And what a sad thing this is to see, because, I mean, long before Donald Trump had this relationship with Kim Jong Un, Michael Cohen was his guy, and so we thought it might be fitting to take a look back at the friendship that was.
I'm obviously very loyal and very dedicated to Mr. Trump. I think he's going to be not just a good president, I think he's going to be a great president.
Michael Cohen is a very talented lawyer. He's a good lawyer in my firm.
He's a man of great intellect, great intuition, and great abilities.
They broke into the office of one of my personal attorneys, good man.
I've never come across a situation where Mr. Trump has said something that's not accurate.
There are... seriously?
Yes, seriously.
Breaking news, Michael Cohen will testify to the Senate.
I understood Michael Cohen very well. What turned out he wasn't a very good lawyer, frankly.
I am done being loyal to President Trump.
And he's a weak person.
Since taking office, he has become the worst version of himself.
Michael Cohen is lying, and he's trying to get a reduced sentence for things that have nothing to do with me.
You do not want to with me! Hey, look at this! Donald Trump! Donald Trump! Donald Trump! Oh, my God!
Well, you know what? Those two can't make it. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, click the subscribe button. And if you didn't like it, well, you hurt my feelings.